right now.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us today. I'm Gianna Gali. New at noon today, the travel agent who robbed customers of their dream vacation she promised to them is going to prison. Eileen Miner was sentenced to up to 5 years in Lackawanna County Court yesterday. The woman from West Pittston took thousands from customers of her agency, Thompson Tours, but never delivered on those trips. She must also serve probation and do community service. Today, federal officials are set to announce the Capitol. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley is in D.C. with more.
This is a case that's dogged law enforcement for years, and now federal authorities have made an arrest. The suspect in this case could appear in court as early as today. According to our sister network News Nation, the arrest happened earlier today, and the suspect is a male from Virginia. Beyond that, we still don't know much about the suspect or his motivation. All of this dates back to January 5th, 2021, when authorities say a mysterious figure planted pipe bombs near the headquarters of both the Republican and Democratic National Committee offices here in Washington. That happened just hours before rioters attacked the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Neither device exploded, but investigators say they were viable and deadly. Since then, a suspect has evaded law enforcement, leading to many conspiracy theories and false leads. For years, federal investigators have chased leads and tips, releasing grainy surveillance images of the suspect and their shoes, but not much else. Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino previously called the case a, quote, massive cover-up and an inside job, but since joining the FBI earlier this year has made finding the suspect a top priority. And we are expecting to learn more about this suspect later today. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley.
Well, we just got hit with snow and now it's temperatures that are taking a swing. Here's Logan with some numbers you are not going to like.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gianna. Yeah, talking about some Arctic air pushing in here for tonight, but also before we get to that, we're talking about some snow showers and even some snow squalls out there. The purple polygon that you see out into central Pennsylvania, that's currently a snow squall warning. That goes until 12:45, and that includes Clinton and also Lycoming County, so Williamsport, Lamar, even Lock Haven. Those cities and locations are included in that warning until 12:45. So keep that in mind, especially if you're planning to head out on the roadways. There's no safe place to be on the interstate when those squalls push through, and even some pockets of some heavier snow briefly pushing through parts of the northern tier. This is all with the Arctic front. We have the winds coming off the Great Lakes, and behind that really is going to bring in some much colder air as we head into tonight. Temperatures right now 32 Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. I have 32 Honesdale, 29 for Mount Pocono, and currently at 35 in Williamsport. Those winds have also been picking up throughout the morning too. We have those down to the west-northwest, anywhere sustained from 10 to 20 miles per hour, certainly adding to the chill in the air today. Gianna, we'll talk more about how much colder it's going to get here for tonight and any additional chances for snow. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Logan. We'll hear from you soon. There will be no budget for Lackawanna County until later this month. The county's commissioners voted across the board to table the budget until December 17th. The issue stems from the county's electricity budget, in which changes in electricity cost would decrease the surplus the county has this year.
Your electricity costs are going up. They're going to continue to go up. The proposals that we received, the lowest cost proposal represented a 42% increase in electricity cost.
And delaying the budget also gives newly sworn-in Commissioner Thomas Welby more time to read over the budget before approving it. The county has said that the new budget will not increase taxes or change the millage rate. No cause yet on that fire that chased 6 people out of their home in the cold in Luzerne County. Flames broke out in the Four Seasons Estates development near Hazleton yesterday afternoon. Firefighters worked for several hours to put out that fire. The home a total loss now. Officials say the 6 who lived there are now staying with family. A killer will spend life in prison for murdering his parents in the Poconos. They were found dead in the kitchen of a home near Milford in September of last year. Colin Winkler, their son, pleaded guilty to both murders in September and was sentenced yesterday. The 33-year-old was immediately given a life sentence. And check this out. This is where a driver had died after crashing his car in Susquehanna County. Police say Kenneth Thorne died when his vehicle veered off a back road and hit a tree near Hartford Monday. Authorities say the 61-year-old from New Milford was taken to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. A renewed effort is underway in Harrisburg to allow local police to use radar to nab speeders. Pennsylvania is the only state in the nation where municipal police departments cannot use radar. Opponents believe towns and cities would use it as a moneymaker, but some lawmakers say the proposal has built-in safeguards to prevent that from happening. One police chief around here says it's all about safety when it comes to enforcing the speed limit.
The areas where we receive most of the complaints are areas where we're just unable to have the ability to run the current speed system that we have now.
It's kind of stupid. If it's a more accurate way of detecting someone's speed, they should be allowed to use it.
You can read about the Senate bill and see the full statement from the National Motorist Association on our website, 2822news.com. Ski season is officially underway, and one resort in the Poconos is leading the way. Camelback in Tannersville opened yesterday, officially becoming the first mountain in Pennsylvania to welcome skiers. Crews were able to start making snow early, laying down enough white open for several trails, and skiers and snowbirders were definitely ready to take advantage of it.
We got a little bit of base down back in November, early season in November, back on the 11th and 12th. And then we built on that over the last 4 to 5 days, which was super thrilling.
Opening day, this is great. Early, this is a big surprise. You know, we kind of all found out like yesterday. I'm like, wow. So going for the 100-day season, we'll see.
Camelback crews plan to keep making that snow as the temperatures drop. Other area resorts are expected to open this weekend. Well, big smiles filled the rink at the Mohegan Arena near Wilkes-Barre last night as families skated, donated toys, and met area Marines. The annual Toys for Tots Open Skate brought out a larger crowd than organizers had anticipated. The event has been held for more than 2 decades and gives many the opportunity to skate on the same AHL ice used by the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, all while helping out kids in need this holiday season.
I think that it just shows how strong our community is. The fact that everybody's able to come together just one night and be able to help out with just such a great cause, it's just really amazing.
It's a look of joy, it's happiness, and it hits you too. It's something awesome. This is a great thing to be a part of.
Organizers say the show of support at the arena will give hundreds of kids toys for this Christmas. Never before seen images from the infamous Epstein Island are now released. Coming up, the latest pressure on the Trump administration to release them in full when we come back. In the Capitol, lawmakers are set to review video from a U.S. military strike that killed nearly a dozen people on a suspected drug boat in the Caribbean in early September. Jared Hill brings us the latest.
Today on Capitol Hill, lawmakers are set to be briefed on the September 2nd military strikes on an alleged drug boat that has Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth at the center of controversy. Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley is expected to detail his apparent decision to order a second strike to kill 2 survivors.
If it was just 2 individuals in the water that were struggling for their lives, what was the validation of second strike?
A source familiar with the matter confirms that 2 people who survived the first hit were trying to climb back on the boat to salvage drugs and appeared to be communicating with other boats nearby that could have helped.
I think there's still some question whether the initial bombing is illegal as well.
Some lawmakers questioning whether the strike could be considered a war crime. After the Washington Post reported last week, Hegseth ordered commanders to kill everybody, a claim he denies. Hegseth is also under renewed scrutiny for his use of the messaging app Signal. Sources tell CBS News a new report from the Pentagon's Inspector General found Hegseth put service members at risk and violated Defense Department policy by using his personal phone to send information marked secret regarding an active bombing mission in Yemen back in March. At the time, Hegseth denied sending classified information.
Nobody's texting war plans.
But the report found Hegseth posted information that came from a classified email. It's unclear if Hegseth declassified the information beforehand. On social media, he called the review a total exoneration.
And that takes us to our Instapoll question of the day. We are asking, should Pete Hegseth face war crime charges for attacking an alleged Venezuelan drug boat? You have 3 options to vote. 1 by scanning the QR code on your screen on 2822news.com or at the drop-down menu on our app. Then tell us what else you think about it at our Facebook page. Leave a comment that we can feature on TV. Millions of Americans' health care premiums are expected to spike next month. That's if Congress fails to act before the month wraps up. Some families, according to experts, could see their health insurance premiums double. Democrats are urging Republicans to simply extend the tax credits. Meanwhile, Republicans are debating whether to change the law or let the subsidies expire, though some say they would be okay with the temporary extension.
Even if it's not perfect, extend and be able to give them some support while we get our act together here.
Tax credits does not drive down the cost. It transfers the burden to the taxpayer and future generations. But it is a little help right now that we both can agree on. And then we got to fix it.
A bipartisan group of lawmakers is expected to present their own solution later today. President Trump is set to roll back fuel efficiency rule for cars and trucks, easing requirements that limit pollution. The move would reverse Biden-era policies designed to encourage cleaner vehicles, including electric models. Gas-powered vehicles remain a major source of greenhouse gas emissions. House Democrats released new photos and videos from Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean. They show what looks like a luxury resort with a swimming pool and a widening path overlooking the ocean. Several bedrooms are also included, with one featuring a dentist chair. Also yesterday, 5 members of Congress sent a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi asking for an update on the release of the Epstein files. President Trump signed a law requiring the Justice Department to release them within 30 days. That was on November 19th. The CDC's vaccine committee is scheduled to vote today on whether to change a long-standing recommendation that every baby get vaccinated against hepatitis B within 24 hours of birth. The panel tabled a vote in September to have more of a discussion on it first. They could also make other changes to the childhood vaccination schedule. Health and Human Service Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. picked this committee. He has long questioned the safety of vaccines despite overwhelming evidence that the vaccines are safe and effective. A doctor who admitted to providing drugs to actor Matthew Perry weeks before he died was sentenced yesterday. The doctor was ordered to spend up to 2.5 years in prison for his role in the death of the beloved Friends actor. Perry died in 2023. The doctor is the first of 5 defendants to be sentenced in the case. Logan will have your future weather alert forecast when we come back.
Welcome back, everyone. On this Thursday afternoon, we continue to track some snow showers and even some snow squalls pushing across the region. Live look right now at our Long Pond camera, the Pocono Raceway, and you can see we do have some snow falling here into parts of the Poconos, and this is all once again from the lake effect activity. And looking at the radar, what's showing up in that purple polygon is currently a snow squall warning. We'll zoom in a little bit closer to that, and that's mainly for Clinton and Lycoming County, so around Williamsport, northern Lycoming County, Renovo and Clinton County, Lock Haven, Lamar, even stretching into Center County is where we have that snow squall warning in effect. So keep that in mind if you're trying to get out on the roadways there. It's not a safe place to be out, especially when a snow squall is pushing through, so try and time around that. Looking at the radar across our northern tier, still some pockets with some brief periods of some heavier snow falling, but nonetheless, though, most of the activity has just kind of been flurries and some snow showers, and they're trying to drop south and east. But usually they kind of break up a little bit farther south and east they go. As we look for a wider picture, though, there's the Arctic front that's pushing through. That's going to be bringing us the much colder air just in time for tonight. But still, we have the lake effect activity really kicking up for today, and that's why we do have the forecast for some snow showers and even a few squalls heading into the afternoon. So 32 right now, Honesdale, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, 35 for Bloomsburg, and also into the mid-30s for Williamsport. Winds out of the west-northwest, anywhere from 5, 10, even 15 miles per hour sustained. So it has certainly picked up a little bit more since this morning, and sustained winds here for this afternoon range between 10 to 20 miles per hour. Some gusts potentially 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times. That wind is certainly going to be bringing some much colder air. These are look at temperatures by tonight and tomorrow morning as you're heading out. Many areas falling into the lower teens and single digits, especially for the higher elevations, northern tier and Poconos. So much colder compared to what we had this morning. As we look at futurecasts, you continue with a few flurries, few snow showers, and even some of those squalls, and looking for improvements, especially by the time we get into this evening, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Most of these kind of wrapping up and breaking up for us, and then we'll look for a generally clear sky as we head into tonight. So still snow squall possible the next few hours, and we've already seen our fair share into central Pennsylvania. With temperatures near the freezing mark, brief whiteout conditions can cause some accumulations, even though they're minor, dusting or coating to accumulate on the roadways. It doesn't take much to cause some issues out there. We've seen our fair share of snow squall activity over the past several years, and the amount of accidents they can cause. So allow extra time, take it slow, especially when those conditions deteriorate. Friday, looking for a partly sunny sky. You can see we do have some rain, some snow farther south, especially around Virginia, Maryland. And then as we get into Saturday, looking for a stray snow shower, otherwise mostly cloudy sky. I think we'll have a better chance for some snow showers, especially Sunday evening with this weak disturbance pushing through. That could put down some minor snowfall accumulation as well by Sunday night and early Monday morning. Temperatures staying below average, 30s here the next several days, some 20s though by tomorrow and also by Monday. So looking for some snow showers, some squalls possible for today, and then for tonight, here comes the cold air. Lows dropping into the lower teens and single digits. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Some sun tomorrow, but temperatures are only in the mid-20s, so it won't feel that warm. As we get into this weekend, we're back to the mid-30s and still some occasional snow showers around. There will be a decent amount of dry time this weekend, and then for Monday, partly sunny in Gianna, right back to the 20s and those teens and single digits here by Monday night. So yeah, certainly going to be cold the next several days, and still be mindful. We do have those snow squall warnings in effect right now in central Pennsylvania, so kind of plan around that if you don't have to head out at this moment.
They could be very dangerous.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you've ever been in one, you know what they're like. So
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, despite our weather, it is the most wonderful time of the year, and we're making it even better with the 12 days of streaming sweepstakes. Here's how it works, and here's how to enter. First, download the 2822 Now app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. It's totally free to download and free to stream. Then launch the app, find the QR code, scan it, and you're in. Just enter your information to win amazing prizes, including $1,500 in groceries from SureSave. There's no purchase necessary, and remember, you can only enter on the 2822 Now app. All right, well, check your fridge. We have a recall to tell you about. What you need to know about shredded cheese being recalled and what to do if it's in your refrigerator, coming up.
22.
In today's Health Beat, people with diabetes, especially young adults, face a higher risk of sudden cardiac death. A study in Denmark found while the condition is rare, sudden cardiac death is nearly 4 times more likely among people with type 1 diabetes and 6.5 times more common for people with type 2 diabetes. The research also found people with diabetes have a shorter life expectancy on average. We know that owning a dog can boost your mental health, but new research adds to that evidence. A study in Japan found children who own dogs had more diversity in their gut microbiomes. Researchers say that these changes may influence the brain, leading to more empathy. Social problems are significantly lower in children who own dogs. In our Consumer Report, a warning about a recall involving more than 1 million bags of shredded cheese, which might contain metal fragments. The cheese was produced by an Ohio-based company and sold under more than 24 brand names. It was sold across 31 states, including Pennsylvania. The shredded cheese bags were sold in Walmart, Target, Aldi, and other supermarkets across the country. You can find a full list of those brands involved in the recall on our website, 2822news.com. No big winner in last night's Powerball drawing. The numbers were 1, 14, 20, 46, 51 with a Powerball of 26. Saturday's jackpot now climbs to $820 million, which is the 8th largest in the game's history. We are coming right back. A check on those snow squalls with Logan.
All right, this is pretty good skiing weather, especially with the cold weather we've had and the snow. We'll take a look here at your Camelback forecast if you're heading out to the ski slopes next several days. Certainly going to be cold, and we still have occasional flurries and some snow showers and squalls today. Final check of the 7-day forecast. On alert today as we still have some snow squalls and pretty cold here, especially by tonight, Gianna. We're back to the teens and single digits, so bundle up for the bus stop tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. Our coldest yet. All right, thanks for joining us this afternoon. First Step 4 with Mark Hiller coming up later. We'll see you then.